up, all my fight fans? So, we are rapidly approaching the new year, 2024, and I'm about to talk about a few fights that I want to see be made in boxing overall. I made a video regarding Ryan Garcia. I made a video regarding Canelo Alvarez. I made a video regarding Tyson Fury, boxing's top stars in boxing right now, you should say. So, right now what I want to do is talk about a few fights besides these guys that I would like to see happen for the rest of the boxing world. So here we go. I definitely would like to see Terence Crawford move up the division and take on, I believe it was Jamal. I always get those two names mixed up, but Jamal Charlo. You know, go up there and claim another undisputed championship. You got Terence Crawford coming off that great victory over Errol Spence. Pretty much a history in the making performance. I broke it down in my previous video. You can watch it in the archives. It literally was so perfect, and it was against a perfectly timed opponent, an opponent that was in the top pound for pound list, an opponent that was undefeated, an opponent that's never been knocked down or knocked out, and Terence Crawford was able to do all that. That's how impressive that was. I've never really been a super big fan of Terence Crawford. I always thought that he was good, but I thought people were maybe making a bigger deal of him than they should have been, a little too early. But he completely proved me wrong with that Errol Spence fight. Completely. So I would like to see him go up in weight and go up to 154 and take on some new contenders and possibly become an undisputed champion for I believe it's a third time, I want to say. Because right now I believe he's one of the few that's the first ever two-time undisputed champion. I believe he was one at 140, and then now he's at one at 147. So if he could possibly do that, make history, and become a three-time undisputed champion at 154, that speaks very, very much about how great Terence Crawford really is. Very much. As far as another fight goes, I would like to see Shakur Stevenson take on Gervonta Davis. Shakur Stevenson didn't have the greatest performance at his 135 debut, but he is still a very talented fighter. Very talented boxer with tremendous skills. And you got Gervonta Davis, who is by far one of the boxing's big top stars. And he hasn't been very active, but this would definitely be a good test for him as well. Because you look at Gervonta Davis, and no disrespect, you know, he's doing good with his career. He's undefeated, and he's beaten a lot of really good fighters. But he hasn't really beaten anybody in the top 5 outside of Ryan Garcia and a few others. You know, in the lightweight class, he had all these great fighters out there. He had like Lomachenko, Teofimo, Devin Haney, of course Ryan Garcia, now Shakur Stevenson. There was a few other fighters out there that he could have potentially fought, but he has yet to face any of these guys. So I would really love to see him take on a very much talented individual, a very much talented fighter like himself, in Shakur Stevenson. I do believe that would be a really good fun fight for the boxing world for sure. Now, talking about Gervonta Davis, I would like to see Gervonta Davis go up and possibly fight another fight they're kind of talking about, in maybe a fight with himself and Devin Haney. You know, there was a little words being thrown at each other a little bit here and there. And I feel like this fight has the potential to be made, but I do see a lot of difficulties being made. Where Devin Haney is at 140 now, and Gervonta Davis is at 135. I feel like there's going to be some kind of catch weight maybe to make this fight potentially happen. Maybe a whole rehydration thing. I don't know. It just feels like there's going to be a lot of stipulations in order for this fight to be made, but I would really, really love to see it, though, because you got great skills in Devin Haney. You got his great boxing ability. You got his great technical technique that he likes to use in the ring, and you got I believe he has like a 95% finish rate in Gervonta Davis. That's how powerful and strong he is. So all around, a really great fight for sure. This fight, I really hope does get made in 2024. Another fight that I believe I would like to see is that grudge match, and I believe it's either Jamal Charlo taking on Caleb Plant. We saw these guys have a little bit of a scuffle backstage. I believe it was Caleb Plant that slapped Jamal Charlo. And, you know, these guys have been, I guess, going back and forth with each other quite some time. So it would be nice to see these guys squash it in the ring, for sure. I would like to see that happen. Caleb Plant, he had not the greatest night regarding his fight with David Benavidez. It was a very, very brutal fight, but nonetheless, I would definitely like to see him come back and maybe get another victory in there and chase another title for a potential fight with Canelo Alvarez maybe down the line. But this one is a little bit of a grudge match with Jamal and Caleb. You know, Jamal, I believe he just got a victory over Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez' brother. So he's looking good. He's looking sharp. And you never know, maybe he wants to keep himself active. We know that he had some difficulties outside the ring, some personal issues. So hopefully he's able to fix all those. Hopefully he's doing good, and we can get some more action from him in 2024. So, yeah, there's actually quite a few fights out there, guys. There's actually a lot of fights. You know what? There's another fight with a potential matchup that could be made, but after the recent results of Deontay Wilder, I don't see it being made. And I'm talking about a fight with him versus Anthony Joshua. You know, I mean, nonetheless, I get it. Deontay Wilder pretty much got dominated by Joseph Parker. He just got completely dominated. It was not even a fight whatsoever. But he is still a name. And I do feel like one good fight from Deontay Wilder, maybe one good knockout of a really decent opponent, he's right back in there, for sure. I mean, you can't sleep on Deontay Wilder's powder whatsoever. So I do see a potential matchup to be made maybe in the later part of 2024 with him and Anthony Joshua, because that would still be a very fun fight. I do feel Anthony Joshua would get the better of him due to his boxing ability and his boxing skill and such. But still, again, you never want to sleep on Deontay Wilder's power. Never. Ever, ever, ever. So there you have it, guys. Those are a few fights that I want to see in 2024 in the boxing world regardless. So hopefully we get some of these fights or all these fights being made in 2024. So guys, Happy New Year. Hope you guys have a safe one. Hope we all have a great New Year in 2024. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.